Okay, hi everybody. I am going to kind of whip together just an idea for French dips for supper tonight. And I just thought I would kind of show you the steps. So if you bear with me, my light blew out above me, so hopefully it's not too dark. I cleaned my onion, and I am going to slice that with my simple slicer. I'm going to do it about on 2. We have 3 settings on here. I'm going to do it on the middle setting. Okay. I was going to do this as a live video, but I know there's several steps, and I just wanted to make sure I got it all on here. Okay, whoops. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to slice this. Once I get it on there straight, for some reason today I'm having issues with my onion. I think I cut it crooked in half. Anyway, there we go. Okay. Love my simple slicer. Use it all the time. Use it for tomatoes, lemons, limes, cucumbers, just pretty much anything. This is on number 2. And I'll show you what those slices look like. See? I don't like really thick mush through onions, but for my, a lot of times I use number 1, but for my French dips, by the time they cook and stuff, I kind of like a little bit thicker. Okay, so we're going to do the other half. How easy that is, just goes to town, and there's no waste. And I'm done. Look at that. All done, no waste. As you can see, I've used it all. Okay. Isn't that neat? All of it can clean up. This all comes apart for easy cleanup. It goes right in my dishwasher. A lot of times I'll put these 2 pieces. Oops. Oh, pampered, not perfect. A lot of times I'll put these 2 pieces together in the dishwasher just so that I don't lose them. But anyway, that can all go in the dishwasher. I'm going to put that over here. Hang on, hey, bear with me for a minute while I get my meat ready to go. While I'm talking about that, I always put that on the top rack of the dishwasher because it seems to work better that way. Okay. Now, normally I buy whole mushrooms and then I use my quick slice to cut them. You can do several at a time on here. I do eggs, I do avocados, pretty much anything on here. But when I was at the store, they were kind of out of the mushrooms I usually get, and they had the sliced ones on sale, so I got those. I like to put mushrooms with my French dip sandwiches. Any of you that have watched me before know I probably put mushrooms with pretty much anything. I'm a mushroom lover, so. And sometimes if they're really big pieces, I might break them in half just a little bit. But anyway, okay, so that I wanted to show you how I did that. And this is part of our, we have 2 sets of knives. This is the ones with a lifetime guarantee, and then we have the color-coded that are not lifetime guarantee, but they're a 3-year guarantee, and they're very sharp too. Okay, I'm going to put this aside just for a second, long enough to hook up my quick cooker. Now, like I said, this probably is a little bit tossed around and stuff, but I wanted you to see several of the steps, so it's not going to be as simple as it usually is. Okay, the quick cooker has many functions. Okay, I'm going to turn it to sear to start with, and I'm going to start that. Because it's what I'm going to do. I'm going to let this get hot, and I'm going to put a little oil in here, and I'm going to sear my piece of meat. Okay? So let me go grab that and put it on a little plate here. Bear with me. Grab it. Okay. And I'm using a chuck roast to make this. And like I said, I'm going to sear it first, then I'm going to kind of sear after I sear that, I'm going to put the onions and the mushrooms in there and let them cook for a little bit. before I add everything else. I'm also going to use a little beef stock with my French dips. And I got a package of the au jus, and I put it with a little bit of warm water. I've got that all ready to go. You could also add, when you're sauteing your onions and stuff, you could put a little wine in there to deglaze it while it's cooking. But anyway, I am going to get ready to put in my oil. We are going to have garlic in that too, of course. Okay, so I'm going to put in a little oil, and like I said, I'm sorry my light just blew out, but okay, we're going to let that oil get a little bit hot, and then we're going to deglaze it. I'm going to add a little bit of pepper on here, some crushed fresh pepper, just because I like it on my meat. And let this get kind of glazed up and ready to go. Okay, so hope you guys can bear with me. I do have some specials going on when you host this month. It's double free. Once you hit $6.50, you can get your choice. This is one of the items you can get at 60% off. You can also get the stainless steel skillet that I'm always showing at 60% off. There's a few other items you can get a choice of at 60% off. You also get 50% off choices. You get 10% off for a year. I have a special for my January hosts. So if you guys want to get on that, let me know. And I do virtual parties, of course, catalog, cooking parties. I do showers, all kinds of stuff like that. So anyway, let me see if we can get this in here. And I know this takes a little while, so I didn't do it for a live video because I didn't want to bore anybody. This is about just a little over 2 pounds of meat. About 2 1/4. I was kind of going for about 2 1/2, but that's the size I have, so it's close enough. Gonna sear it a little bit on that side. And then I will sear it on the other side here in a minute. That just works really nice in there. As you can hear it just sizzling away. Gonna get a lot of that little yummy on the bottom there, and sear it for a couple minutes. Then I'm gonna flip it over and I'm gonna sear the other side. I kind of like searing my meat a lot of times when I do this. I think it works out really good. Other things you could do, you could use some French onion soup or even some soup mix in here if you'd rather do that instead of having the fresh onion. I like to add a little bit of the au jus. I wouldn't have to because I will have a lot of juice left over from this, but I kind of wanted to add so I could a little extra juice and just that little different flavor. And I happen to have them on hand, so I thought, what the heck. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and flip this one over. And I'm using our large chef tongs. I love these things. I use them all the time. We have them in large and small. And those are the ones I'm using right now. So, I'm going to grab my plate here to put these on. Just give me just a second. When that meat comes out, I will put it on another plate to wait for it. What I'm going to do with it once it's done today, I'm going to take, I have some like hoagie rolls, and I've got some garlic flavored butter that I had made in my little herb freezing trays. I'm going to spread a little bit of that on there. Heat them up, spread a little bit of that on there, just for a little extra garlicky taste. And you wouldn't have to use the garlic. You could just use regular butter if you wanted to. That would be totally up to you. Just making a nice little bond in here. Lots of little goodies. So when I get my onions and stuff in there. I'm also going to be using my teak spatula here once I get all this to where it's seared like I wanted. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and take this out, place it over here. Now I'm going to add my onions in here first of all and let them get started. You can see it is pretty hot, so be careful. This is one of our large flexible cutting mats. It's one of the ones that comes in a set of 3. They each have something different on them with information. This one happens to be knives. Okay. Now, I'm going to go ahead and add, I kind of like to add a little bit of butter in there while it's searing. So I'm going to go ahead and toss that in there. And I'm going to let that cook just for a minute. And you want to scrape it around. And you'll have a little sticky on the bottom there just from the searing, but that's normal. Oh, it smells wonderful. I wish you guys could smell it. I know why they always talk about smell-o-vision. Okay, and then I am going to use a little bit of garlic. I love garlic. Now, sometimes you get really big pieces, and I know people don't have trouble with that. So what I do is I would just cut them in half. Now, our garlic press is here. You don't have to clean the garlic off or anything. Got the little cleaner there when you're done. But yeah, it will skin it for you. Okay, I'm going to show you that. I'm going to wipe off the back for the garlic. Okay, and then as you can see, all I have to do is take my little tool, pull the garlic right out. I'm going to stir these up a little bit. Let them kind of cook a little bit to get kind of tender. Add another garlic, and pretty soon I'm going to toss in my mushrooms. Another garlic. And I know my setup isn't the best here, but I just haven't found a good way to set up my camera very good. This is the best I've got right now. I keep working at it though. One of these days I'll have the perfect view. Okay, another garlic. Actually, it's 2 garlic cloves, just cut in half. They were kind of large. Now, a lot of people don't know what a garlic clove is, so as soon as I get my mushrooms in, I'm going to show you. So that way you know. And garlic cloves, the cloves can be small or big. Kind of just depends. Now, just because it's a large one doesn't mean it's going to have more garlic that will mince out than the small ones. You never know. Sometimes the small ones have a lot more in it. Okay. These are garlic cloves. This is 1 clove. It's big. Sometimes you have smaller ones. It's not the whole bulb. When you buy it in the store, there's a bulb of garlic. These are cloves. See, like there's more than 1 clove attached to this. Now, when you buy garlic, you want to buy them so they're nice and white and they're tight. So, tighty-whities. Oh, these onions look amazing. Look at that. Here, let me try to pull some up here. How good they look. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and throw my mushrooms in. And you don't have to use mushrooms. I just like mushrooms, so I always throw them in when I make stuff like this. But anyway, when you do mushrooms, you want to make, or garlic, you want to make sure they're white and tight, they say. And you know how sometimes you get some that are perfectly cleaned? There's nothing on the bottom, and then sometimes you'll see ones that kind of have the root or the kind of the hairy looking stuff on the bottom. You want to get the ones that actually have some of that hairy looking stuff on it, the rooty looking stuff, because that means they are from local, U.S. If you get the ones that are completely clean, nothing on the bottom or anything, those normally have come from China and such. And that means they have been a long time shipping. So they're not going to be as fresh as the ones that you would get. Now, I do throw this in the dishwasher. It can discolor it just because of dishwasher, the dishwasher chemicals. So you can wash it by hand also. But is what I like to do, I like to put my little, I call it my little comb here, in the bottom. And then it kind of pushes the stuff forward. You can even tap it on your sink and it'll come out. And I even throw it in the dishwasher that way. Okay, this is just cooking up really nice. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me pull it over here so you can. See that? Looks pretty good, doesn't it? And you could add a little more oil or butter or something to this if you needed to. But I think we're cooking up pretty good here. And I just like to give it a little sear. And also, whenever I use the quick cooker, I always put it on sear as I'm tossing things in, even if I'm not searing, just because that will heat up your pan more, and it kind of gets it going better. Okay, So then is what I'm going to do. I've got my, this is my au jus, like I said. And I just took a little tiny bit of warm water. Oops, got a little piece of garlic on me. I got a little bit of warm water here, about, cup and a half. And my au jus powder, I had some of that. So I'm going to use that. And spin that around one more time. I think it's looking pretty good. And I'm still kind of doing some of my recipes, trial and error as I go along. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put this in. And I'm going to go ahead and put my roast back in, all nice and seared. Now this will get more juice on it as it cooks. And I'm going to go ahead and add just a little bit of beef stock. I like using the unsalted beef stock, and chicken stock too, the same thing. I like the stock better than the broth. I just think it cooks a little better. Okay, and I just think it's a little bit better taste. So anyway, I'm just going to throw a little bit of that in there, and it looks like we're, all nice and good. I like a lot of juice, and that way I can always use leftover juice for something else. If I'm out of the food, I can save the juice and use it with noodles or anything. Okay, so then is what I'm going to do. As you can see, it's all nice and mixed together here. Okay, so then is what I'm going to do. I am going to put the lid on. Now, I've showed you this before. You need to have this in the correct position when you put it on. Otherwise, your steam's always going to come out. And yeah, there's been times when it's taken me a few times to do it. The kickstand, I call it, back here. Just set it on there. And you're going to put it on, and then you see how it fits, and you're going to turn it. Okay. So you're going to have, there's a little cloud diagram here, I call it, and then this, okay? So then we're going to put this on. You could use meat, stew, chili. I'm going to use the beef and pork setting, and I'm going to custom my time, and then I'm going to raise it to 100 minutes, basically. Okay, so we're going to do that. Let me get it here. Okay, and as you can see, this is even. There's no thing. And so then is what I do. I've got it all ready to go, and I'm just going to push start. Now, since I had seared this, it's not going to take as long to pressure up. And once it gets to pressure, then it will start that 100-minute countdown. Then, once I get done with that, I'm going to let it slow steam release, which is, it'll do it on its own for about 25 minutes. And then I will push the steam release and make sure everything's out before I open it. My little button here, red button, once it pops up, it stays locked, and I can't open it with that done. But anyway, I will take a picture probably and show you guys the finished result. And I hope that you guys have a great day. Let me know if you have questions.